I guess the biggest crisis post-crisis is the European debt problem. And I think there's going to be a lot of discussion here amongst leaders as to what solutions they're going to put in place. It is a hard problem. I think everybody wants Germany to write blank checks, and Germany certainly doesn't want to do that. And so I think the likely solution is muddling through for some time. That said, I think the global economy is in recovery. It's a time when the diseases of growth are starting to show up, while hopefully over time we will leave back the diseases of crisis.
Diseases of growth, you'd agree with that? And in that sense, would you just sort of say that, many times these diseases of growth suggest that they've come out of bailouts that might have actually happened across Europe as well?
Well, I'm also worried about Europe, but I think we'll see a lot of euphoria here. I just arrived, haven't talked to a lot of people, but that's really what I'm expecting, that there'll be this self-reinforcing euphoria because a sense of relief. Last year there was a lot of talk of a double dip, people like Nouriel Roubini, who's been a doomsayer, assuring everyone there would be a double dip, and I think now people are getting much less nervous about that.
Okay, we were talking about inflationary pressures. Now, besides that, there's a talk about interest rates going up everywhere in the world. Do you think tightening will be the norm even as growth comes back?
Well, I think countries will start thinking. Certainly the emerging markets have to be thinking very hard. And many of them have started raising rates and will have to go some way, India especially. But as far as the industrial countries go, I think the Fed is probably going to stay on hold for the foreseeable future till the jobs come back in a bigger way. I think the euro area will start thinking about it, but it has the problem of two-pace growth, right? The north growing at a different pace from the south. So they will think long and hard, but they probably are going to be more inclined to raise rates than is the US Fed.
If you today had, Professor Rajan, $10,000 and a chance to invest outside the United States, which country would you choose? And I don't know if you have a company in mind.
At Chicago we say you can't beat the market. I won't give you investment advice. What I will tell you is that it seems to me that looking at areas that have been neglected so far is a useful thing. I mean, Africa is doing a lot better now than it used to do. So looking at Africa, trying to pick between countries, it's a difficult task, but it's probably something that's worth doing at this point.